So I'm Tim Jackson, and I've lived in Somerville for 27 years. And I had been an actor and a musician in town for a decade. And I wanted to start working more in video and film. So the first thing I did when I moved to Somerville was join SCAT. And I've since made 3 documentaries, and I teach video and a short comic film, which maybe will air at some point. But to get started, I had just begun a band called The Band That Time Forgot, which has been playing around town now for 30 years. And we won a Best of Boston award after about 2 years. But I wanted to make something visual out of it, so I decided to do The Show That Time Forgot. So the theme of The Band That Time Forgot, the name came first. I didn't want to tour anymore. I'd toured a lot, and I wanted something that I could just do in town. And so it was phantom songs, lesser-known songs of the 1960s. There were no such things. There were no tribute bands back then. There was Sha-Na-Na, if you remember Sha-Na-Na. And so I thought, well, I should be doing the same thing with 1960s. And so it was a big hit right away, and we had huge crowds. But I needed a show, so I decided to come to SCAT and put together The Show That Time Forgot. And the point of The Show That Time Forgot would be a parody, not only of cable access at the time, which was pretty rough, and all the cheesy special effects that you can do, every colorized and posterized thing you can possibly come up with, and bad green screens and the whole thing, but also a parody of the 60s. Well, I think SCAT, being one of the oldest and most involved continually throughout, what is it, 3 decades now, at least, democratizing media however it gets done is essential. And that was the first mission of cable TV. So, I mean, my neighbor Jerry did a gardening show. Well, first of all, I think it's important that the community has a voice. There's Vimeo, there's all kinds of things, but to feel that like you're putting a live show together, I think is empowering for people. And they also learn great skills here. And it's a beautiful building. And Union Square is up and coming, so hopefully all this will hang in there. My name's Tim Jackson. Please come down and share your story with SCAT TV.